Okay, everybody, here we go. It's still me. Yeah. Greg Mannarino, Friday, April 21st. Yeah, 21st, 2023. Let's sit back, people, and talk about what's happening and where this is going to go. I hear from people every day, hundreds upon hundreds of people write to me every day. I go through my emails the best that I can. If I do not write back to you, believe me, I apologize. There's no way I can keep up. I would have to hire someone just just to write back to my emails here. Before we even touch on the market, let's start off with this. And going back to the emails that I get from people, seems to be a growing amount of people who I don't know where they're getting this from. I really don't. Who seem to believe that some miracle is going to happen, and that miracle is going to be rapidly deflating prices, or you could say a dollar in this case, or a euro, or whatever it might be, that is going to miraculously just gain in purchasing power. I don't know. Like I said, there's maybe some YouTuber out here with a pretty big channel or more than one who's trying to promise people that there's going to be some kind of change here. No, what do we understand? It always comes down to what we know, people. We know a few things for a fact. Okay, let's talk about what we know for a fact. Number one, central banks, the Federal Reserve, they have no intention whatsoever to stop inflating. Period. No talk about contracting the money supply. Nothing along those lines. So all they're going to do is continue to buy it all. And by definition, by buying it all here, it sucks the purchasing power out of the currency. Hold on a second. Here it is. This is from yesterday, 1913. Ironically, the year that the Federal Reserve was actually created. Look at what has happened to the purchasing power of the dollar. I guess some people are caught in a delusionary state. Some people believing that this is going to stop. This is 110 years. This is what has happened, the boiling frog syndrome. People don't see it going on, but it's happening right before their eyes. And this is not going to stop. Let me explain this to you as well, in case maybe you're new here. I've talked about the relative strength of the dollar for a very, very, very long time. I've explained to people that looking at the comparative strength of the dollar would remain strong. So you can only imagine here, again, this is a global phenomenon. This is central banks working in concert to suck the purchasing power out of their respective currencies. And this is all leading up into a climax. You all know that. This new digital system, which you will accept, you will have no choice. Believe me, there will be no revolt, no revolution, no people taking to the streets. You and I, we get it, believe me, but we are in the vast, 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 vast minority. Again, what are they doing? They're creating slaves to the system, dependency on the system. This is why we're not going to get a revolution or revolt. People in the streets here, not going to happen, all right? Especially here in the United States. Maybe in other parts of the world where people have more of a backbone, but not here. Okay, this has become a nation of zombies on an unprecedented scale here. It's also turning into a nation of renters here. Check this out. This is from the news today, the economic news. Today here in the United States, people are now renting at their greatest pace ever. In other words, they can't buy homes. Home affordability is just gone now. People, unfortunately, don't have the money to put down on a home. And even if they did, they couldn't keep up with the payments. Okay, so what they're doing is they're being forced to rent. And rents are unfreaking believable. Sure, we have seen the price of housing come down. My particular house is falling through the floor here. At the peak, this house was worth over $815,000. Right now, it's worth maybe $700,000. So yeah, that is one thing that is occurring here. And, look, what people used to do back in the day, they used to rely on their home as it would appreciate in value, but things are all different now here. So, understanding what we know, central banks are not going to let up, even for a nanosecond, on pressuring the people in the middle class. You're under attack if you are a member of the middle class. There is no way, shape, or form that we are going to see anything meaningful with regard to deflating prices or a stronger dollar based on its purchasing power. The pressure must be kept on. So what we're going to see here, next month, I believe it's the 3rd, is Fed Day. I could be wrong. Early next month. The first week next month, we're going to hear from the Federal Reserve. And I'm going to tell you right here and now, the Fed's going to raise rates again. They're going to nudge it. But then we're going to get a pause. We're going to get a rate hike, and then we're going to get a pause. It's not going to do a damn thing. Understand, inflation is going to continue to rise as central banks continue to inflate. You understand? The pressure on the middle class will continue to build and build and build. And this is going to go on and on and on. Look, this is going to accelerate. Just count on this accelerating. Again, this is 110 years since the beginning of the Federal Reserve to where we are right now. This is what they're doing. Like I said, why is it that not a single one of our loving, caring politicians has addressed this? Why have they not shown this chart, let's say, to Yellowstein or any Fed president or chairperson as they appear before a Federal Reserve committee? The Federal Reserve has a price stability mandate. Did you know that? Oh yeah, they are mandated to maintain price stability. Can you call this price stability? I mean, can you call this price stability? No. So they have failed in their mandate. So why can't we take the financial system back? Because our politicians, all of them, work for the central banks. You get it? We have no representation. You know this already. All right. So for those of you who are, again, caught in some delusionary state, hoping and praying that, in aggregate, prices are going to somehow miraculously fall through the floor because the dollar or whatever currency you work for that you don't even own is miraculously going to gain the purchasing power, you're in for a very long wait. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Central banks collectively are going to suck the purchasing power out of their currencies faster. Why faster? Because we are on the cusp, people, the cusp of a new financial system. Prior to that, there is going to be a big event, okay? And people are going to beg for help. That's how they're going to institute the new system. It's not just going to be a flip of a switch. They can't allow that. They need an outcry. Again, they're going to create the problem, wait for the outcry, then here's their solution. It's always the same story. I hope I have set you straight on this. And for those, and I know what's going to happen after this video. I'm telling you, I'm going to get bombarded with emails telling me how wrong I am, with no backing at all. People are going to say, "Oh, Greg, no, you're wrong. We're going to get massive deflation. Everybody's cash is going to be worth more." Really? And then you got this whole farce that's being thrown at people. Oh, this state legislator is going to put us back on a gold standard or a silver standard. Ain't happening. Okay. Central banks have fought wars and killed millions of people to establish what we have now. They're not going to give up that power. Central banks collectively are the most powerful organizations in the world, on the world, or anywhere else for that matter. You understand? So I hope you get it. It's what's going on. I know those of you that follow this blog, you get it. You understand who the enemy is. You know what they're trying to do. They will inflate, and then all of a sudden, all of this is going to change very rapidly. Again, the debt bubble remains the number one threat to human existence on the planet Earth. This is going to change. We're already talking about resources becoming scarce, food shortages. They're going to throw things at us that you and I can't even believe yet. That's coming down the pipe, but just be ready. Always have that high ground, okay? That's really the truth. From a financial standpoint, look, I know there are a lot of gold and silver haters out here, a lot of cryptocurrency haters out here. But look, why are we holding these things? Because we realize, let's just talk about commodities and gold and silver, my favorite asset of all time. We're holding these things because we understand these have been this here, and gold, here's two of them together, right? Gold and silver have been real money for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It's never going to change. No matter what system they throw at us, it's never going to change. Those are going to be real money. We're going to get another fiat system backed by zero, backed by nothing. I don't care what legislators are crawling out of the woodwork to promise you this, that, and the other thing, because that's all that they do is they seek election and or re-election. You understand? I think most of you get it here. Anyway, so with that said here, let's cover a couple of other things. So with regard to economic news today, again, we've never seen this before, and I just spoke about it. Again, a lot of you hate when I repeat myself, but sometimes I have to do that. The United States, and this is a global phenomenon, is turning into a world of renters. It's a very sad kind of a situation here. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's exactly where we're going. You will eat the bugs and you will be happy. Eating boiled bugs for lunch. What fun we're having here. They're going to take and take and take and then take more from you than you could possibly imagine. And they're going to expect you to be happy about it. You understand? New feudal system, people like we have spoken about for freaking years, literally for 10 years. That's how long we've been talking about it. Now, with regard to the banks, some interesting information here. So we know from at least 8 months ago, banks are in trouble. No deposits, no loans, no deals. So if we're turning into a nation of renters here, where's the big ticket loans from the banks? You understand? You see where I'm going with this? The banks remain in trouble here. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a bailout of the banking system as they consolidate the banking system that you cannot possibly believe. You can't possibly believe. What they're doing now is propping up the zombie system, nearly $500 billion. The Federal Reserve, this is for the smaller institutions as they get absorbed into the collective. We're going to call it the collective, okay? The banking system in aggregate, the large banks are going to absorb all the smaller institutions. They need fewer players involved to institute their new system. I think you all got that. Let me see here. What else did I want to talk about here? So with regard to deals, these banks, again, they're in trouble. And what they have on their books, you could only imagine the liabilities on the books of not just the smaller institutions. I'm talking about the mega institutions here, derivatives, bond exposure. It's, they're obviously completely insolvent. If they were to take their assets and weigh it against their liabilities, there's nothing there. It's a zero, you understand? And the banks, even maybe there's a possibility that we could see some of the larger institutions consolidate as well. So I want you to be ready for that too. All right, be ready. Whatever you can come up in your mind that you think is really a little too abstract, believe me, you're probably on target with it. That's the truth. Now, with regard to other economic news, they want us to believe that by some miracle, no one saw this coming, that the manufacturing has picked up last month here. Even the numbers they're throwing at us are pathetic, but still we're not making anything. We're not exporting anything. And our trade deficit continues to balloon. It's a lie. Okay, we're not. The manufacturing isn't picking up anywhere. Okay, the economy is being systematically destroyed. In this case, by the Federal Reserve, and they will make sure to continue to inflate. They're not going to allow prices to come down in aggregate enough to take the pressure off of those people who are unfortunately have a target tattooed on their face, members of the middle class. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Andy. You understand? I think all of you get all this. Now, just looking over at this market today for my Lions and all of you together here, market ain't doing nothing as of late. It's in a holding pattern, I think, waiting to see what the Fed's going to do come first week next month. Market looks kind of toppy here. I'm not short this market yet, but I'm thinking about it. I will let you know. Thank you, Pontus. I appreciate that. I'll let all of you know. I promise you. If you are a subscriber to my newsletter, link in the description of this video, if I decide to short this market, I will post how I am doing it. I will post the position I am holding. I'm not telling you to do anything. Okay, I'm just posting this for your own fun. Okay, whatever you want to do is up to you. But I'm thinking about doing this here. So flat market today. Crypto got hit pretty good yet again. Bitcoin under around 27,000. Gold and silver got hit today too. Okay, let them play their games. That's fine. You know how this works here. Relative strength of the dollar slightly lower. Crude caught a bid today. 10-year yield slightly higher, people. MMRI not doing too much here. So, take that for what it's worth. But we know what we're doing, why we're doing it. We know what we're looking at. You understand, people? I think that's really all I wanted to talk about here today. Did I mention earlier? I don't know if I did or not. I'm just going to mention this again. So, existing home sales year over year are now down 22%, the sharpest decline in a decade. Um, it's an incredible thing, but this, look at that. This is what I want you to think about here. Do you believe, for those of you out here who maybe are hoping and praying that something's going to change with regard to this, that we're going to see all of a sudden massive deflation and your purchasing power is going to just go through the roof? Have another look at that. This is 110 years. It ain't stopping, people. It ain't stopping. Now, with that said, you and I, we're going to do what we always do every Friday. We're going to bring it in. All right? Bring it in. Nobody's looking. Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. People, we're all we got. All right? We got each other's backs. That's how it's supposed to work. You understand? We understand also that there are those that are trying to kill us in the literal sense. In the literal sense. And they're getting away with grand theft on an unprecedented scale. And it's not going to stop. This is theft. This is theft. 110 years of it. 110 years of grand theft. And people are being systematically eradicated. They're being destroyed. All in favor of this new system that they're going to force upon all of us. They're going to force upon all of us, believe me. And our, of course, there's going to be those politicians who are going to speak out against it, and they're going to try to get some kind of backing. The system is so rigged right now. There's too many slaves to it. You understand? All right, people, I'm going to let you go. What else can I tell you? I will see. Actually, hold on a moment here. All right, let me just clarify something. Tomorrow, I am entering into a drag race, a 2-day event over at the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series out here in Las Vegas. If I do well tomorrow, it will carry over. If I make it through further rounds, Sunday. So there's a chance that you won't see me do my markets and look ahead until much later in the day. If I'm there very late on Sunday, if I get lucky enough to maybe, place in this thing or win it, well, you won't see me at all. You'll see me on Monday. I'll try to get it out. Maybe I'll get up early and do a markets and look ahead. A lot of you were upset with me because I missed last week's market look ahead, and I apologize for that. I really do. Anyway, with that said, people, as I said, we got each other's backs, love each other, care about each other, be charitable. That's all. Please share the video. Please get it out there. A thumbs up. I need those thumbs up, people. We need those thumbs up here. This is our thing. You want people to see this stuff? You want people to hear the messages that we have? This is our thing, okay? That thumbs up counts. Every single thumbs up counts. It gets it higher up in the rankings, and YouTube will show the video. So it's up to you. You want people to hear this stuff? You're the ones here that are allowing this to get out there. Share this stuff. Put it on your social networks. Think about these things, and please comment. Please comment. All right. I'll see you maybe Sunday. Okay. Otherwise, I will see you Monday morning for my usual our usual festivities. All right. I'll see you then.